All right, 10 questions around the league. We got to be on time. So we have buzzer options to keep us, again, on the clock. What are our buzzer options this week, Stu?
What was the name of Luke Skywalker's father? Darth
Vader. Don't. I don't want to hear any more of these. Please don't.
Benedict Arnold, Judas, Ray Allen going to the Heat. All examples of someone being a
traitor. I don't want to hear these again. Next. Nothing moves my needle. That's why we have Northeast Men's Health. Go ahead.
The play caller.
There we go. I'm sorry, Mike. Who do we blame for Sunday's loss?
The play caller.
Thank you. What else do we got?
Last one.
I thought their return game was going to be better. They got a good one at the
first one
of
to
the game.
start. Yeah.
But then after that, kind of
High-level analysis there. Hit it. Go ahead.
The play caller.
Rank the coach-quarterback combos in the NFC North 1 to 4. Again, O'Connell, McCarthy, Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, Matt LaFleur, Jordan Love.
How do you like this self-serving question?
LaFleur, Love, Kevin O'Connell, J.J. McCarthy, Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, and then what's his name? Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. Like, good luck with that.
I have the exact same order. Exact same
order. Yeah. LaFleur, Love, O'Connell, McCarthy, Campbell, Goff, Johnson, and the dancing douchebag.
Me too. I have the exact same 4, which sort of ties to the next question. Go. Nothing moves my needle. Give me 2 teams across the league who should be very scared right now, Greg.
Apparently, I didn't see any of this game, but the Dolphins, apparently were a train wreck. And the Giants. What's his name? Dayball's already sniping with Malik Neighbors, and the quarterback controversy. Like, yikes! Both those guys could get fired this year.
Miami and Detroit's gonna suck.
I'll go with teams that had big expectations this year. The Lions, who look lost without Ben Johnson as their OC, and the Chicago Bears, because they thought it was going to be better with Ben Johnson as their new head coach, and he was going to be the difference for the dancing douchebag that is Caleb Williams.
Miami is 1, and Chicago. I don't like to call it early. I'm patient when it comes to quarterbacks. You're not going to win with Caleb Williams.
You don't need to be patient with this guy.
He's not it. He's not it. It's already over. That one I'm rolling. That one the jury's in. That's a coach killing. I don't know what adjective you want. He's a coach killer.
By the way, on this topic, I don't know why I started reading it, but Tyler Dunn has a site.
Oh, it's great.
Go Long. He has this huge story, a 3-part thing about the Bears, but one of the stories is just on Caleb Williams, about how Ryan Poles basically stacked the deck, that he was taking Caleb Williams, wouldn't listen to anybody. There's stuff that he might be dyslexic or something, but they never brought that up. Like, all sorts of stuff. He was shooting people down, firing people who didn't want Caleb Williams. Complete dumpster fire, that franchise.
I'm calling it on that guy. You cannot win with Caleb Williams. Go ahead, next.
What was the name of Luke Skywalker's father? Darth
Vader. So cringy. This is an audio one. If you were a member of the Jacksonville Jaguars, have you heard this?
Yeah. No, I haven't.
Not.
If you were a member of the Jacksonville Jaguars and won your first game and were in your post-game locker room and heard this from your owner, Shad Khan, what would be your reaction? Go ahead.
This is what we envisioned in January, okay?
Yes, sir.
It's happening here in September. Gonna go on forever.
Would that inspire you?
Wow.
Gonna go on forever.
That wasn't RKK in Cincinnati last year?
I was going to say, I don't know if just an accent or he had a couple or
Maybe a little bit of both.
It's his accent for
or
sure.
just how he talks or he's older. I don't know.
That is very reminiscent of Howard Dean, remember? And his voice cracks like that. Yeah, that.
Give it to me again. I can't get enough of it. Every time I hear it.
Gonna go on forever.
Yeah.
Give me the lead. Give me the whole thing. I'm sorry. I need the whole thing.
This is what we envisioned in January, okay?
Yes, sir.
It's happening here in September. Gonna go on forever.
First, we're going to take the AFC, and then the championship game, and then the Super Bowl.
I can't get enough of that one. Next.
I thought their return game was going to be better. They got a good one at the
first one
Yeah,
to
the
game.
start. Yeah.
But then after that, kind of.
Number 7, did the Bills
You're
win?
good at that.
Did the Bills win on Sunday? Say more about Buffalo or Baltimore, and why?
The Ravens. How many times are they going to blow games like this? Like, what is Harbaugh doing? If this continues, like, he's got to go. This team is, like, ready to win a Super Bowl, and he seems to be holding them back.
I'll tell you, though, it's not just Harbaugh. They have a bit of a choking problem. Mark Andrews dropped the pass last year in the playoff game for the 2-point conversion. Now Derrick Henry fumbles the football. They're up 50 points, 40-25 with like 10 minutes to go, and they gave up 3 scores. 3!
Most blown double-digit leads in the NFL since 2022. It's the Ravens. This is a Harbaugh problem. I'm with Greg.
It's about the Ravens. You lose a game like that, it's about the losing side, not the winning side. Next.
Benedict Arnold, Judas, Ray Allen going to the Heat. All examples of someone being a
traitor. Number 6, what was your favorite play from week 1 across the league?
The DeAndre Hopkins
Oh, that
catch.
was a great catch.
The one hand is big freaking mitt bringing that in. That was incredible.
I thought about that one. I went with the 2-play sequence. Did you happen to see the play where Lamar Jackson ran backwards?
No.
Okay, the ball was snapped at the 35-yard line. He went all the way back to the 12 or 13 and then picked up 19 yards. So he ran, 50 yards, and then on the next play, Derrick Henry took it 46 for a touchdown. So, like, it could have been a 20-yard sack. It ended up in 69 yards in 2 plays for a touchdown. It was amazing that those 2 plays.
I'm with Greg again. The one-handed catch by Hopkins against the Bills on Sunday night.
I went with this self-serving. I just wanted to spend a second on it. Were you watching Friday night, the YouTube game?
Yeah.
At the end of the second quarter when Kansas City did that fire drill?
Oh,
field
yeah,
goal?
yeah.
That gets me off.
That was right. The Patriots did it against New Orleans like 8 years ago.
So, and you see it from time to time. It just, I get off on the well-coached, dialed-in team. I like it. That interests me. And it was because it was so bang. It was end of the second quarter, Mazz, and the Chiefs had no timeouts left. They were around midfield, and they threw an out pass where the receiver got out of bounds, but the ref rightfully, it turns out, in real time, I didn't think it was right, but the ref ruled that his forward progress had stopped because the defensive back had kind of pushed him backwards as he was running out of bounds. It wasn't clear cut that he was tackled in bounds at all. And it was like, I want to say like 14 seconds on the clock when the ref wound his arm, like, no, the clock's running, and the entire Chiefs sideline, all 11 players on the field had to realize in that moment that we have to sprint our ass on the field. The guys on the field had to sprint their ass off the field. They all knew exactly what to do, and they got Butker on with a second left, and he kicked a 59-yarder for the 3 points, and I just get off on that. It's like Andy Reid's got him, and I don't know. I love that every time that happens. I loved it when the Patriots did it in New Orleans. That was, I want to say, against the Saints.
Yeah.
But I love when I see that. Sorry. Okay. Diatribe over. Next.
The play caller.
Was this it's the tool bag question. Was this a tool bag comment from Aaron Rodgers after his Steelers beat the Jets on Sunday?
There were probably people in the organization didn't think I could play anymore. So it was nice to remind those people that I still can. I was happy to beat everybody associated with the Jets.
Was that a tool bag comment, Greg?
Yes. I just, he's doing a victory lap off of 1 week. And by the way, you brought this all on yourself. Like, you played like hot garbage last year. You were hurt the year before. They bring in you got a coach fired. They had to bring in a new one. Of course, he wants his own quarterback. Like, if you didn't suck last year, maybe they would have had you back. Like, stop being a big baby and just shut up.
What comment does he make that isn't a tool bag comment?
Always with the persecution complex. He did suck there. He did look like it was over. So how can you blame him for thinking that way?
What an a-hole. What an epic a-hole. After he basically steals the Jets' money for 2 years.
Right.
Comes in out of shape in year one, strains a calf the first day in the spring, and then, of course, pulls the Achilles opening week. Misses year one, and then in year two, the most points, they scored over 30 points. I guess it was twice. They scored 32 points twice with the Jets. Other than that, they scored in the 20s or the teens all season long. Now he goes to Pittsburgh. Week one, they scored what in that game? 35, 38? and all of a sudden he's walking around like, see, I could do it, you freaking a-hole. What an a-hole comment. But that's one of the premier a-holes in all the sports for you. Next. Nothing moves my needle. Number 4, thoughts on the NFL's new taunting emphasis.
I'm afraid how Murray's going to react to this, but I have no problem with it. I hate taunting. The look at me, I made a big hit, look at me standing over this guy, that's a bunch of bull crap. Like, be there. You've been there before. Go celebrate with your teammates and then get on with the play. I don't need you parading in front of somebody else and then all of a sudden upping the chances that there's going to be fights. Like, I'm fine with it. The players will adjust. It won't be a big issue.
So is this something they have to do like every few years? Because it feels like they have to bring this one up every few years. And I mean, so I don't. How much of a problem has taunting been in the league the last couple of years?
It hasn't. Again, so I said my piece on this on Friday. Taunting is one of the worst penalties in the NFL. Let these grown-ass men talk crap to each other. It's entertaining. You guys are bores. I'm right. You're wrong.
I'm with Greg. 100%. Just go to the next play. You're an adult. Act like you've been there before. Nice. You hit him hard. You should. You're a defensive player, and he's just sitting there. Of course you hit him hard. Like, neat. You want a medal for hitting a defenseless guy who was just standing there?
How about the guys who celebrate the incompletion that they had nothing to do with?
Oh, my God.
Look at me.
Flag them, too. Next.
I thought their return game was going to be better. They got a good one at
the first one
to
of the
start.
Yeah. But then after that, kind of
series of Miami questions here as we are in Miami for the Dolphins this week. The Patriots off, obviously, again. They're heading to Miami this weekend. Assuming you've all been to the old Orange Bowl. Have you all been to the old Orange Bowl?
No, I've never been there.
Never been.
Okay, well, you won't have a chance to because that stupid baseball stadium's there now.
Yep.
So you guys never went to the Orange Bowl?
Never to the Orange Bowl.
Okay, I've been many, many times. Greg has, obviously. Where would you rank it, Greg, among your favorite or least favorite old football stadiums that you visited before it was put out of commission? Do you consider it a good old stadium or a bad old stadium?
So I grew up a Dolphins fan. I grew up down there from second grade into high school. So I went to a ton of games in the Orange Bowl. Dolphins, Gators, Hurricanes, all sorts of stuff, concerts. I loved the Orange Bowl. I loved it.
Loved it.
It was the best thing about it.
It was the Boston Garden, but outside.
Yes. I mean, the fans were on top of the sidelines. And, plus you had weather games, the Jets, Dolphins playoff game, A.J. Dewey in the mud. I loved it.
The neighborhood was in Little Havana.
Yep.
And so and it was one of these old stadiums where you parked on the lawn. So you'd park on the lawn, and they were having Cubano parties. It was like Little Havana. They're in the middle of this little neighborhood. And the stadium itself was such a dump, but so pitched and such great atmosphere. It was one of the great old football stadiums I think that we had. I would not consider. I mean, it was a absolute horror show to get in, horror show to get out. Horror show when you were in there in terms of concessions and
bathrooms,
facilities, no concessions, brutal bathrooms. It was a dump, but what an atmosphere in that building. It was great. Next.
The play caller.
Do you believe that the Dolphins being in Miami in this day and age is an impediment to winning? Too much fun, too much sun, too many distractions for the players. Do you think all that works against a winning environment in Miami?
Hell yeah. There's way too many ass models walking around down there for those guys. They are way distracted. So just for that reason only, yes.
My answer is no. I mean, again, I don't live down there, so I'm probably wrong about this. But at the end of the day, it's one game a week. You can't focus on that?
No, not when you have that kind of nightlife, that kind of coke, and those high-end ass models. If I was in my 20s, professional athlete making millions, I'd be Johnny Manziel all over again down there. It can't work down there.
Well, how does it work in L.A.? How does it work in...
They don't care in L.A. because a pro athlete, no one cares about a pro athlete that much because there's real celebrities in L.A. They still care in Miami. You can go out and be like, oh, like they do around here to an extent. L.A., no one gives a rat's ass. Ooh, a pro athlete. Get out of here. You're not, real famous.
I think it's an excuse.
It is an excuse. I don't know how the Panthers do it, but...
They're not close enough to it.
No.
It takes a little effort to get to Miami.
They're out at the Sawgrass Mill Mall.
West Lauderdale, yeah. All right, next.
Coral Springs.
What was the name of Luke Skywalker's father? Darth.
I don't want to hear it. Rank the Patriots' all-time rivals in order. Stop when you get to the Dolphins. What is the greatest moment of the Patriots-Dolphins rivalry? What's the low point? Go.
Oh, I didn't see the second part.
That's
'cause
all
I
right.
was
First part. Who's their greatest historical rival?
Colts, then the Dolphins.
Colts, Jets,
Yeah,
Dolphins.
That was close.
Jets, Colts, Ravens, Giants, Steelers, then Dolphins, 6th.
Wow.
Wow. Why is it so low, Murray?
I don't really. They were more of a rival to me during the Bledsoe '90s era than they ever were during the 20 years of Brady. And
Oh,
know
I
In
never-
the 80s and the 90s.
They weren't a rival during Brady's time.
Yeah,
But
so,
it
like-
was huge in the 70s and 80s.
Massive.
I was a kid. I cared more about baseball back then.
That's why I went with. That's why I emphasized the word historical.
So Murray's just answering from your own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what these questions are. aren't
Low
they?
point, high point,
Yep.
85. Low point in the season finale, they went down there. It might have been week 15. They lost by 3 points. They tied the game late. They lost it on a field goal by Fuad Revez. I looked this up yesterday because I remember that game. They had it won, and they hadn't won down there in like 18 years. That game was a killer. However,
That AFC title game, babe.
it sent them back there for the AFC title game, in effect, or they went back there for the AFC title game and freaking trucked them. They ran them over. They had like 200 and something yards rushing.
Squished
and
the
they,
fish.
They killed them in that game.
So little 13-year-old Greg Bedard was in the Orange Bowl that night for the AFC Championship game.
Wow.
And thanks to the Patriots fans chanting "squish the fish" out the entire time, I might have had some tears going out of the Orange Bowl that night. That was my lowest point probably as a Dolphins fan.
Best
Had tears.
Little Mikey Felger was at the week 11, I'm just guessing, the week 11 Monday night game between the undefeated Chicago Bears and the Miami
wow.
Dolphins. One of
Yeah.
the great regular season games in NFL history. I was lucky enough to be at that one. Talk about a zoo that night, quickly.
Best 0-3 82-yard bomb in overtime to Troy Brown to walk it off and win. Worst tie, Doug Flutie's stupid drop kick and the Wildcat game in 08.
Okay. Thus concludes a very elongated story. I'm super late. 10 questions. Quick update, and then we're back with your phones.